Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends. This is a reading for you from the 1st to the 15th of January, 2020. I can't believe I'm saying that. Happy New Year. So before we start the reading, let me, as customary, for at least for this reading, I want to talk about what's happening because I usually look up when I'm sad and blue, and when I need some orientation, I look up. So what we have here on the 4th of January is a meteor shower called, they are the Quadrantides meteor shower. And it's quite a generous meteor shower. It's quite a generous meteor shower. I can't get that out. A meteor shower. There are about 9 per hour, and it will be the radiant, the point at which it seems to originate the meteor, will be at 66 degrees above the northeastern horizon. Now then we have a curious occurrence that not many people know about or talk about. It's the perihelion moment on the 5th of January. What is perihelion? What is it? The peri means out and about, around, and helion is the sun. So this is a phenomenon whereby the earth comes its closest to that it will ever in the year 2020 on January 15th, and I think that's a day to celebrate. Then we've got a conjunction with the moon and Aldebaran, which is visible right after sunset on the 7th of January, and it's interesting this time, this conjunction, because they're coming very close to one another, 2.3 degrees of each other in the constellation of Taurus that will be visible there. And then, of course, we've got this 10 of January, great lunar eclipse, and we call it a penumbral eclipse. Why? Because usually eclipse is obscure. Here you'll find a shadow on the moon. And when the lunar eclipses occur, they usually are at the peak of a lunar cycle, a moon cycle, and it heralds in a cycle of completion. Secrets may be revealed to you. Now, the interesting part of this is that it is a full moon in Cancer. And we all know that Cancer is a very sensitive sign. And what does this mean for us? It means that feelings may come to the fore, and emotions may run high for you. So let's bear that in mind. Now let's go on to the, here I am trying to change it. There you go. Here you go. To the sign of Scorpio. Now, what am I doing? Scorpio. I have the Gilded Tarot here, and I'm going to lay cards first. Show you those. What's in store for Scorpio for the period 1 to 15. 1 to 15th of January. What's in store for Scorpio for the period 1 to 15 of January? Let's see. What's in store for you? All right. Now, I'll show you these cards first before I cast the runes. Okay, so our first card is the 3 of Wands. Then we've got we've got a card that's not coming up. Here we go. Then we have the Lover's card. Then we've got the 7 of Swords. The 6 of Coins. The Death card, the Tower. Now, when I get these two cards, both the Tower and the Death card, I like to pull cards from under the deck. And for the Death card, I have the Two of Cups. How lovely. And for the Tower, I have the Chariot. How interesting is that? Who would have guessed? Let's take a look now at the runes and what they have to help us with. All right, we've got Hagalas. We've got Manats. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. You're one lucky person. We've got Yera. Very, very interesting 2 weeks period. Then we have Gifu. Gifu. We have Fehu. And we have Soilo. Wow. All right, look at that. Now, in terms of this Three of Wands, remember, we have the Three of Wands. That's the first card out. Let me move my things around here or else I won't have any room. All right, with Hagalas, over this Three of Wands, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, Hagal is all about limitations. Hagal is all about delays. Hagal is all about constraints. What I'm looking at are forces outside of your control, and they tell you that the time is not ripe. Sure, of course, with this Three of Wands, it talks about a firm foundation that is starting to take ground. And this has to do with the relationship, I believe, here. Because I'm looking at it within the context of all of my other cards, and the next tarot card is the Lover's card. But it looks as though, since I'm seeing this one good, better, best, fantastic, and so on, there's such a positive development along these lines, Scorpio, I'm seeing that, yes, you know who you are. You know where you want to go, you know how to get there, and you are going to start getting there. You have planted seeds all along up until now. The runes are telling you, keep that, hold that image, hold that picture. Hold that picture and don't let it go, because it's just a delay. And what kind of delay? Well, over the six major arcana, the Lover's cards, I have what better rune than Manats. Look at that. Manats is a rune that generally translates into humanity, generally, but Manats here talks about humankind. It talks about interdependence, and here we're talking about loved ones. We're talking about a special person in your life, and it also, however, talks about new beginnings in terms of that person. And I'll give you an example. This may be a person who has been in your life forever, if you want to say that. It may be a karmic relationship. It may be someone you know so well when you first met them that you thought, oh my God, I know this person. I feel like we are kindred souls. And however, this talks of a new beginning. There's a new phase. There's a new stage. There is something radically new with how this is supposed to move forward for you. And Manats also talks about receiving, excuse me, how you will be receiving. And it talks that, tells me that it's time here, since there is a delay, remember that. It talks about making time for new plans and planning. This is a planning phase for you. A new beginning, start making plans. Now, the Seven of Swords here, that always augurs, sevens and fives. Us tarot readers always say, oh God, sevens and fives. Well, I've got the rune of Yera. Now, what does that tell us? Yera is a harvest. Yera is a karmic rune. Yera harvests rewards coming in. Now, of course, the Seven of Swords talks about one picture, and Yera talks of another. It looks like to me that you want it now, you want it yesterday, and you want it fast, But here we're talking about delays in terms of legalities. There may be issues that concern your finances that put them on hold for some reason. You may catch wind of an inheritance, but it is put on hold because you are not maybe it is contingent on you marrying and you are not. Something of this nature. And Manats also talks about receiving aid. Remember that if you need to consult with someone, now is the time to do that in this 2-week period, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends. I also have here over the Six of Coins, which is an extremely generous card, is Gifu. And Gifu is all about a give and take. Those of you who read the runes would know this, but it is a bit more. They talk about partnerships. It talks about partnerships. It talks about gifts coming your way, and we saw that with the rune of Yera, that gifts will be coming your way. And not only, there's an important development in a romantic relationship. Remember, we talked about being on hold, a delay. Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends, there is a turning point here. The 2-week period is a turning point in your relationship, regardless of whether you see them or not. It's a turning point because they will start thinking of you differently. They, both of you, in terms of thinking of each other differently, and you just need the patience before you can gel together, come together permanently. That word has such a terrible ring to it, permanently. But this is what I'm looking at. Now, over this Death card and the Two of Cups, I've got Fehu. Now, Fehu is a rune of fulfillment. And with the Death card, it does talk of new beginnings, doesn't it? With this Two of Cups, the new beginnings of a partnership. And it is a romantic partnership. And if you have a steady partnership, and you have for years, this is a renewal. I always say that because it is a moment. If you want to renew it, now is the time. It also talks about financial gain. Many of you will be earning because this, in terms of the other runes, it is it will be something coming your way. I do feel that Fehu talks not only of financial gain, but also of romantic gain. Now, let me take a look at the last two cards, which is the Tower and the Chariot together. I've got Soilo here, Soilo, which is the sun of the runes. And Soilo always augurs in success. It always points, it shines the light. It always gives you a victory. It always gives you great power and great success. Now, I like what I'm looking at. I like the rewards. I acknowledge the delay, Scorpio. There is a delay, so bear that in mind. I have a few more cards I want to pull. This is an oracle deck. This is an Italian oracle card deck called the Oracle of Destiny. I want to pull a few cards to see what they can. Wow. Well, look at this. The first three cards that I pulled are Vittoria, victory, denaro, money, and triunfo, triumph. What does that mean? That means definitely, if there is a hold on a romantic or emotional situation, we've got definitely not a hold on finances coming your way. This is a very highly abundant moment for you. Then the last three cards that I pulled are chiarimento, clarification, rottura, rupture, break, and malattia, sickness, illness. It looks like to me that this is the moment where you can say goodbye, ta-ta, ciao to some kind of viral illness, some kind of illness that has been plaguing you, that has been insidious for so long, and this is taking a turn for the better. There's a change there. Very interesting. Scorpio friends, I do hope this was of help to you. You have what it takes these 2 weeks. Just have the patience and you'll be fine. I do hope this was of help to you. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are here for the first time, do like and share my videos if you appreciate them, and subscribe, because I'll be back. Namaste. And Happy New Year once again. Bye-bye.